Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Mike and today we are going to be discussing the Nintendo Labo. You're probably surprised by this because the Nintendo Labo feels like old news at this point. It came out a couple months ago, and as cool as it was and it was fun to build, it kind of fell flat, you know? No one's really talks about it anymore because the games on it are very simple. I didn't make a review on it, that was my initial plan, but I'll just kind of quickly summarize it now. The games that it came with were not fun. The piano one was interesting because there's a lot of variety in terms of the songs you can do. So for like actual creative people, it's fun. For people like me though, I didn't enjoy it that much, and the fishing game was just fishing. The house game was literally just watching something happen. So the games themselves weren't that fun. Building it was great, but once they're built, there's not much to do with it. I'm like most people, the Labo to me was sort of dead for a while, but Nintendo recently, it was about 4 days ago on June 26th, where they released an update to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, where you could use the motorcycle Toy-Con to actually play the game. So now that motorbike one has some practical use outside of the bad racing game, because I didn't even enjoy the racing game that came with it. I haven't tried the Joy-Con with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe yet, so I can't say whether or not it's good, but I like the idea of it. It seems somewhat similar to the steering wheel that I used to have. Granted, there is a steering wheel for the Joy-Con too, but you know, now there's an extra remote you can use if you want to ride it like an actual bicycle or a motorcycle, because in the game there are bikes and now you can actually ride a bike with actual handlebars and stuff. So I think it's a cool idea. This is the first official use for the Nintendo Labo outside of Toy-Con games. Other than that, the Labo has only really been able to be used with the Toy-Con cartridge. So Nintendo's kind of branching out. Nintendo's also said that this is not going to be the last time this happens. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is not going to be the only game that supports Labo. They plan on bringing it to other games. They didn't mention which ones. And I was going through the list and trying to speculate, and I could not figure out a single game it would be compatible with. The Nintendo Labo comes with a piano, a fishing pole, a motorbike, a house, and an RC car. So I keep running those through my head, and I cannot find a single use for those. And like there's nothing in a game like Breath of the Wild. I mean, I guess for a fishing mini game it could work, but you know, it defeats the purpose if it's a fishing mini game. You know, you kind of want it to be the full game or something. So I don't know, but Nintendo says they definitely have plans for it, and I'm sure they'll come up with something for it. Whether or not they plan on releasing a new Nintendo Labo kit, I could see them doing like a sports kit where they have like a tennis racket, and then I could see that potentially being used in a game like Mario Tennis Aces or something like that, or maybe something for Mario Party. I'm not sure. There are options out there if they do make a new Toy-Con set. Now the question is, would they do that? Because they already have two, and there's so much clutter that comes with it that there's only so much space that a house can have. So if you make too many Nintendo Labo kits, it's not going to work. So I think it's highly unlikely they would make another Labo kit. They're probably going to work with what they have, but I'm just really curious where they're going to go with that. But it's interesting because the Nintendo Labo, like I said, was kind of quiet for a while. There was really nothing about it. So it's interesting seeing Nintendo have like this reignited flame over it. And they're not the only company. Nyko recently released an arcade cabinet pre-order that looks awesome, and it's only 20 bucks. It's not actually a Nintendo Labo system, but it has the same cardboard feature. It's the idea where you build it and use it, and this thing looks awesome. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below. You can check it out on Amazon. It's available for pre-order. But this thing looks awesome. They actually even come with little like joysticks that you put on the Joy-Con, so you actually use it like a real arcade machine. And then the Joy-Con controllers stick out, so you press the buttons on it. It's just really cool the way it's set up, and so this arcade cabinet looks cool. So even though the Labo essentially hasn't been doing a whole lot as far as new stuff, there's a lot of companies that have been trying to do like knockoff cardboard things. I've seen a couple others that didn't look as fun. This arcade cabinet is the first one that really caught my eye. But there's a lot of interesting stuff coming out with cardboard. So I think Nintendo's kind of starting a trend. And it's interesting because Reggie said in an interview that this summer, now that kids are out of school, he said it's a really prime time to start pushing the Nintendo Labo and make these updates because kids are at home, they have more free time, and so they have more time to build stuff and play more games. And so, you know, he believes Nintendo Labo, and not just him, but Nintendo as a whole, believes that Nintendo Labo is going to be something that doesn't sell fast, but it's going to sell long. So this is a product that they think is going to steadily sell over the next couple years. People keep equating it to Legos. I personally don't like that comparison. To me, it doesn't make sense. With a Lego, you can take it apart and build something completely different. Like I can take a set of 30 Legos, build a house, and then tear it down and build a spaceship, and then tear it down and build a human being, you know? The Labo, you can't do that. If the cardboard says build a piano, you can fold against the lines, but for the most part, you're just going to be building a piano. So the Labo Lego comparison doesn't work, especially because Legos are way cheaper. And Labo's sort of a one and done thing, so, you know, it's a weird comparison, but I also get what he's saying, you know? There's a chance that if someone really wants to build it again, they could buy a new Nintendo Labo kit, but that adds up, and it's kind of repetitive if you're just building the same 5 things over and over. So I have a funny feeling that not this year, but maybe next year, Nintendo's going to be releasing a new Labo kit with new things. Or, like I said, with the tennis racket, they might start releasing little one-off packages that are like $10 to build like a tennis racket or something, so people can keep building things with the Nintendo Labo. So that's sort of my guess with it. I just think it's interesting that Nintendo's doing a lot with this, because the other thing they're doing too, and this was another announcement they made, is that they're going to be holding a second Labo creator contest. This one, though, is for a couple of things. This is to see who can make the best musical instruments out of the cardboard, and then who can also use the Toy-Con garage the best. So who can find an application for that garage for gaming the best. And those people are going to win a pretty incredible prize. I think this prize is actually insanely awesome. It's a cardboard color Nintendo Switch. So it's a full working Nintendo Switch with 2 Joy-Cons, but it's colored like a cardboard. And if you look really closely, you can actually see design. It looks like it would feel like cardboard. And even on the inside of the remotes and stuff, you see like a design that looks very cardboard-like. So whoever designed this thing, first of all, put a ton of effort into it. This thing is going to be such a rare item. It's going to be such a collectible that people are going to want. I want it just looking at it. I don't know if it'll ever go on sale. I know the demand for it's going to be high now that, it's really public what this thing looks like. You can see a picture of it and it looks incredible. So, it's something I want to get my hands on too, for sure. But I'm sure it's going to be something that's like, if someone tries to sell it after winning the contest, it's going to be going for like $1,000. I already know how these consoles sell for, especially like the rare editions. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today, really, is just sort of bring you news about the Labo. And the question I want to end on is, does the Nintendo Labo have that staying power that Reggie and a bunch of other people at Nintendo have been saying that it has? And to me, it depends. If Nintendo can be versatile with it, and if they can find a use for the variety kit they have now, I think so. Honestly, I haven't touched them since I made them, because like I said, the games haven't been fun, but I'm probably going to get the motorcycle one out now and try it with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So if they can keep bringing new experiences like that with it, I think it could work. And if they start making some new cardboard sets so I can start building new things, I think it would also work well too. So there's a lot of options for them to go down. As long as they keep adding variety and they keep adding new updates to games, I think the Labo can go a long way. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you have Labo, are you enjoying it? Have you still been using it? And what games would you like to see become compatible with Labo? Because like I said, I can't think of any, but you guys are smarter than me. So if you can think of a practical use that Nintendo might do, let me know. Thanks to everyone for watching, and bye-bye.